for 12 years. He come home with a wire. A wire. A wire is crazy, bro. A wire. Do y'all homework on me bringing my mama so the feds was watching my mama too? It hit different. Am I in some shit? Like, let's just.
The people was telling me like, this is OTF Jam original hood, man.
Yeah, not from over here, folks. This is MTV, folks. Hey,
look. How long MTV? No, look. We gonna answer that question for you. Hey, look, we gonna answer that question for you. Hey, look, on Matt, you say Jam original hood. How many years he been bumped? How many years did he do?
It was like 10.
Okay. And for the whole 10 years, it's our shit.
They say the guy Jam had been wearing the wire for over 3 years.
For sure. They pay you to do that.
All right, y'all, let's dive into something that's been making waves lately, OTF JAM. Now, some of you might already know who he is, but for those who don't, we're breaking down all the important details, his background, arrest history, when he got out, and the allegations swirling around him right now. So, who is OTF JAM? Let's get into it. First off, OTF JAM, born Casey Hester, is a rapper and part of Lil Durk's crew, Only the Family, OTF. You probably heard of OTF through Lil Durk's music or the whole Chicago drill scene, and Jam has been one of the names linked with the crew for a minute now. Jam is from Chicago, like most of the guys at OTF, and he came up in that same gritty environment that shaped a lot of the Chicago drill sound. That means, much like Durk and others, his music reflects real life, the streets, and the struggles of growing up in a tough environment. He was close to the OTF crew, and that connection to Lil Durk helped him stay relevant in the streets, even while facing serious legal challenges. Okay, now let's talk about his arrest. Back in 2010, OTF Jam was hit with a serious charge, attempted M. This was a huge deal. He was convicted and sentenced to 12 years in prison. Yeah, you heard that right, 12 years.
You feel me? So Jam had just did 12, he came home, he get caught with a gun again. Apparently, people didn't slide when his baby mama got killed. Guys get mad about that.
It's one of those situations where life takes a turn, and Jam had to deal with the consequences of his actions. While he was locked up, the drill scene and OTF were blowing up. You had guys like Lil Durk, Chief Keef, and King Von making a name for themselves, and Jam was behind bars watching it all go down. But just because he was in prison doesn't mean he was forgotten. Nah, Lil Durk and OTF made sure to keep his name alive. They showed support, kept in touch, and didn't let people forget who Jam was. Now, fast forward to 2022, and after serving 12 years, Jam finally gets out of prison. This was a big moment because not many people thought he'd be back in the mix, but here he was, rejoining OTF. You know how it is, once you're out, there's always that pressure to stay on the right path. Jam was trying to find his way back into the music game, but at the same time, he's still dealing with the reality of his past. Here's where things get even crazier. Recently, in October 2024, Lil Durk himself was arrested on some serious federal charges, and it wasn't just any charges. Durk was caught up in a murder-for-hire plot. Now, this kind of news shook the hip-hop world, but what made it even more shocking were the rumors about OTF Jam's involvement. According to reports, Jam was allegedly cooperating with the feds in this case. Yeah, I know, this is wild. The rumor is that Jam provided information to the authorities that directly link Lil Durk to this murder-for-hire plot. If that's true, it raises all sorts of questions about loyalty and trust within OTF.
They say the guy Jam had been wearing the wire for over 3 years.
For sure. They pay you to do that.
You have to understand that in the world these guys come from, loyalty is everything. And being labeled an informant, well, that's about the worst thing that can happen to you. It's a dangerous game, and if Jam really did flip, it's going to cause a lot of tension, not just within OTF, but across the entire rap scene. Now, let's think about what this means for OTF as a whole. Lil Durk is the face of OTF, no doubt about it. He's the one who brought the crew into the mainstream, and OTF is more than just a group of rappers, it's a family. So, if one of the members of that family is seen as turning on the leader, that's going to shake things up. There's a lot of speculation right now about whether Jam is still part of OTF or if he's been cut off after these allegations surfaced. We don't have all the details yet, but if these rumors are true, it's hard to see how Jam can stay connected to OTF.
Niggas just doing shit to do it for stuff. I don't trust nobody.
He got that man 50,000 blood.
Yeah, 50K on the spot.
So when he got out, he ratted on him.
He told. What you think he was gonna do though, blood? Like nobody, these niggas be out here blood on dusty. Only reason I say what you think,
One of the biggest questions here is about loyalty versus survival. On one hand, you got the street code, which says you never talk to the feds, you never snitch, and you always stand by your people. But on the other hand, you got survival. We don't know what kind of pressure Jam was under, but it's not hard to imagine that after doing 12 years in prison, he didn't want to go back. So, if the feds came knocking with a deal, maybe he saw it as his only way out.
Somebody named OTF JAM, they said they've been calling him a rat. And basically he said, okay, I'm a rat. Well, watch this. Watch this. That all this information that I know. Rat this, I'm gonna tell this, I'm gonna tell that. If somebody say Dirk's name, that's all it's gonna take to say that man's name. If they come, they coming. They ain't coming just because they wanna. Ooh, they coming and they feel they got you. And for them to come snatch 5 individuals, the cameras ain't say, oh, okay, we got his face. Oh, these people from Chicago. No, it did not work like that. It did not work like that. Somebody is a rat. Somebody telling. Somebody from OTF. I don't care how much money you got. What's going on, man? These people will throw you under the bus. These people will do you in.
It's easy to sit back and judge from the outside, but these are real-life decisions with real-life consequences. Jam has to live with whatever choice he made, and if that means he's lost his place in OTF, that's a heavy price to pay. As of now, it's hard to say what's next for Jam. The allegations are still fresh, and we don't know how things will play out in the courts or in the streets. But one thing's for sure, his reputation has taken a serious hit. Whether or not he cooperated with the feds, the rumors alone are enough to make things difficult for him. If Jam is trying to rebuild his music career, this kind of controversy isn't going to help. The rap game is all about authenticity, and right now, a lot of people are questioning where Jam's loyalties lie. But at the same time, this could be a moment where Jam turns everything around. He's already been through the system once, and maybe he's learned from it. If he can clear his name, or at least make peace with the situation, there might still be a path forward for him in the rap game. It's not going to be easy though. The next few months are going to be critical for Jam. Whether he can clear his name, rebuild his reputation, and find a place in the rap game again is still up in the air. But one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Alright, that's the rundown on OTF Jam, his background, arrest, and the crazy allegations surrounding him right now. What do y'all think about this situation? Do you believe the rumors, or do you think there's more to the story? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this breakdown or want to stay updated on all things OTF, Lil Durk, and the latest in hip-hop, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay tuned.
Yeah, bruh. What is this? Yo, free OTF Jam. Let's get him in a classroom.